Hello guys, and welcome back to another episode of PCs and EVs. In this video, you'll see the results of a recent build that we did in the Gamdias Talos E3 mesh. And this case was sent over to us very kindly by the people over at Gamdias, so thank you so much, guys. I'm very happy that you guys are helping support my channel in its earlier days, and you guys have been for a while. We've got a couple more videos coming out on products they've sent over soon, but nothing else at the moment. I'd say keep an eye on the channel for those upcoming videos. Now this Talos E3 mesh is just another iteration of the Talos E3 that they had. The normal one has a front glass panel. This one's obviously got the perforated mesh. And this one sits at a price point of right around $70, at least at time of filming. I'll make sure I leave links to it in the description below. But yeah, it's a pretty decent case. I definitely would recommend, and stick around to see what a finished build in it looks like when all powered up. So recently I got to build a computer in the Talos E3 mesh, which is what this case you guys are seeing is, and I had a lot of fun building in it. It's a pretty easy case to build in if you don't have a super wide ATX motherboard. If so, you would have to run all your cabling through that hole for like the graphics card and the motherboard. Obviously you've got room underneath to run all your other cables, but I think it's a case with pretty great build quality. Obviously it's got a dated interior layout, but the mesh and the RGB fans that are pre-included are pretty amazing. My least favorite part about it, I don't like dark tempered glass. So the fact that their tempered glass side panel for this case is tinted is definitely a strike against it in my book. But overall, I mean, I had a lot of fun building in it. I think it came out pretty sweet. The computer that we ended up building was a Ryzen 5 5500 RTX, or not RTX, RX 6600 XT, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD, as you guys can see right in there. And I really like the 3 included RGB fans. You're not going to find too many compact cases nowadays, and this is definitely one of those. It doesn't fit something like an RTX 4090 in there, but why would it need to? It's a budget case for budget builds, and it fits anything even up to this larger XFX 6600 XT. I believe it's a quick QICK, and it fits that with no issues. Now, as far as the cable management experience, we're going to flip the case around and we'll take a look at that real quick. All right, and taking a look at that rear cable management. Now, I'm not good at cable management by any means, but the case has adequate cable management space. I wouldn't call it exceptional. It's got some tie down points. So like I could tie all this stuff right here. I've got some tie down points along this main channel here. But realistically, the things that I would love to see from other cases, admittedly it's going to increase bill of materials and everything, and I have other cases from Gamdias that they sent over to review. But like the big things that I'd want to see would be just a little bit more depth here in the rear panel, because especially as you get into higher end computers, obviously this is more of a budget computer, but higher end computers, you need all of the space that you can get in this rear cable management area, especially if you're adding a ton of aftermarket fans. So like this case comes with a decent amount of RGB fans to begin with, but if I had bought something such as Gamdias' own Aeolus M3 fans and wanted to swap them in there, I don't know that I'd have enough room to fit the hub without it being an extremely tight fit, at least. It does have some nice ventilated mesh up at the top. It does look like it has spots for 2 top fans, maybe a radiator mount. Yeah, it looks like it could fit a 240 up top. Just gotta be careful with your memory clearance because it's not a extremely deep case. But yeah, I'd say this case for a budget build, definitely a recommend. And that's going to do it for our review of the Talos E3 mesh. As I said, it's a pretty great case, and make sure you guys take a look at it down in the description. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns about the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe for more.